Are you in Nigeria? How will you not feel attached after sex? Like, no.
About every parent becomes the police in the lives of the kids.
Posing is not like me. I will just come direct like you guys do and open one ring. And
So
guy, never reach me will marry me.
That's like you popping question.
There was a communication, something happened. So there's nothing like accidental
I'm
pregnancy.
working more than 12 hours because I'm going to wake earlier than him to take care of the children.
Do you know you are naturally, supernaturally built that way? Do you know? Do you know? God has divinely made you like that.
Good evening and welcome to the lounge. My name is Market-NNPCL, and on set with me today, before I introduce Moyi, you already know Moyi. He's a very gentleman. If you see him, am I fault? That's it. Moyi, why are you laughing? Even the person I'm hyping is laughing. Mr. Bajela, how are you doing today?
Yeah, good evening, Margaret. Good evening, Moyi. And good evening, viewers out there. Well, you said it all. Gentle, but there are some cases that you don't want to see the other side of this gentleman.
Where the other side of you comes out.
Yeah, but let's not let the cat out of the bag yet. Because when we get there, you will know that this gentleman here is
just a camouflage.
Let's not let the cat out of the bag yet.
Anyways, they have said it all. I mean, we are going to build on this tempo and we'll get to the highest of the highest because today's topic is is a matter that you sit down like this. You take a deep breath. Anyways, my name is Moyi Olaje and welcome to the lounge.
Thank you very much for joining us, Moyi. So today, guys, what are we discussing? Genotype Saga. SS child exposes husband's deceit. Genotype Saga. SS child exposes husband's deceit. Of course, you know there's a story behind this. So here's a wife who married a man. She's AA and her husband was supposedly AA. Until she birthed a child and she realized that the child was always getting sick. So let me help this woman out a bit. Let's say like a typical African parent. She had tried all the drugs. And some people will come and say, the child is growing. The child is teething. She had tried everything, but this child wasn't getting better. So she rushed the child to the hospital and now they checked the child and the doctor says, oh ma'am, this is a product of you and your husband. This child is SS. Now first things first, this woman did not even think of her husband. She don't think of anything. She sued the hospital because it's expected that sometimes these hospitals they swap children, you know. So she sued the hospital, and now the friend of her husband, I think this was the part that interests me the most. The friend of the husband now comes to the wife and says, "Please, release the hospital. It is not the hospital's fault, but your husband." Now she says, "How?" He said, "Your husband is ASO. It's not AAO." But it's because he loves you. He loves you. That's why he married you. Joe, the question now is, if you were that woman, what would you do? Maybe I should start with Moyi first. Today I do have an answer for it here. Moyi, if you were that woman, what would you do?
When I heard of the story, or I read the story, I actually did not know what to say. I went blank. Because a lot of questions, almost 100 or 1,000 questions ran through my mind immediately. How did I end up here? Who is going to cater for this child? How do I continue to love this man? How do I explain to people what has happened to the child? How do I even continue to bear children for this man? It's a whole lot of things. I can only imagine how the mental state of this woman would be the moment she heard this. Because for what reason? For love? This is a generation where people have called, they've campaigned, they've spoken, they've done everything to tell you people that if you are AS, you cannot marry another AS. For whatever reason. Even if you are in love, you've taken blood covenants, and you find out that you are both AS. The good thing to do is just to break the relationship, not for your sake, not because you love your spouse, but for the sake of your children. Now, this woman is left with a child that she's going to take care of for the rest of her life. Catering and spending money. Even if the marriage will break, because I do not see how this marriage is going to continue. This woman is going to be left with this child, taking care of the child, nursing the child. Now, come to the child. How do you want to explain to the child that your father is the reason why you are going to be living a miserable life.
Hold that thought. So I think that genotype compatibility is something that is very crucial in this part of our world, but it's not something that we really take to heart.
Yeah.
Nobody listens to it. And that's bringing me to you, Mr. Bajala.
Yeah.
Nobody really listens when people talk about this. Now, and like this man said, the first thing that comes to his mind is that I love this woman and I don't want to lose her. Now, I don't know where he misplaced trust, whether he threw trust to the back of his head or he just put trust at the backyard. So he didn't think that, okay, even if I'm AS and I love this woman wholeheartedly, let me even tell her the truth. So let's speak to trust here. Because now there's a breach in trust. How is he even going to correct that? Can he correct it?
So when you love someone, the first thing is to also know when to let go. If I love someone, if being with me will continue to hurt the person, I would rather let her go. That is love. But now, he lied to the woman. So what it means is the marriage or the home was built on deceit, lies. So if, let's assume I'm in love with a woman, I happen to be AS, and she's also AS. We both know scientifically, biologically, that we can't get, we can get married, but we can't birth children. So
you can actually birth children.
No, but we know the result. We know the result. So what it means is we have to discuss it. If truly I love the woman, we have to sit down and have a proper discussion. Okay, are we going to go for probably adopt kids? If she's okay with it, then we're good to go. But lying to the woman that you are AA, knowing fully well that you are AS, and now the result is there for everyone to see. Because now the man is the one lying here. Should the table turn and we discover that the woman actually lied to the man?
That's the expression.
Because we know what we're going to do. Yes, we know what we'll do. So now let's not try to sugarcoat anything. Let's say things the way they are. The man lied, and I don't see how the woman will be able to forgive her. I don't know how she's going to do that. Bring all the pastors, bring all the imams, let them come and settle the issue. It's going to take probably God himself to come down and talk to the woman.
So now let's look at it this way. So I have there's a reality to this. This is a story that we heard, yes. Now I remember one of my girlfriends who was dating a guy at the time. There were 3 years coming, and obviously everyone was like 3 years coming. He will soon propose. He will soon propose. So they were doing free tests one day in their area, and she just proposed that they should go and get tested and then just check their blood group and everything. That's how my girl got there. And I saw that the one that she has been with for 3 years, he say yes, she say yes. I know how we helped her for 1 year. She did not get herself. That kind of love, that kind of bond. For 1 straight year, she could not move on. She was even saying that she wants to defy science. I said, sister, if you put your head in this thing, now that's not to say that most people don't do it. Most couples, now to shock you, most couples are married now and they are ASAs. I think they have a conversation with the doctor at the hospital. So the doctor knows that, okay, this fetus that is coming, if this fetus is flush, we leave the one that is. No, do you understand? So I think
but for how long are they
going to continue to do that?
Now, but in this particular woman's case, like I said earlier, it was a marriage of deceit. Now look at this scenario I painted. First of all, she and the guy went to check. The second scenario that Mr. Bajala painted was the fact that, okay, in this case, they now know. They have agreed. We are either adopting or we are doing the flesh method, just like we just proposed now. Now this is a case of, you did not tell me, I did not know. So you can imagine that the first thing the woman did, the first step she took was to sue the hospital.
Exactly.
Like, you people are the ones.
Yes.
It cannot be me, it cannot be my husband. Do you understand? But now I'm looking at I'm taking off the parents now and I'm putting the child. This child is going to be suffering. Is going to be suffering. I don't know if there's a bigger word than suffering. This child is going to suffer.
Now, as a parent, now let me share, experience. I've had 1 or 2. One thing you don't want to, go through is seeing your baby or your children down. You don't want to see them sick. Was it 3 weeks ago, my son wasn't feeling too fine. And this is just the true picture of it. Anytime you have a baby who is sick, you are equally sick. That's the way it is. You are equally sick. And now we are talking about just malaria, typhoid. Now let's come to situation where you have you give birth to SS. Now you have to deal with so many things. Then so many measures, so many things to prevent. Don't eat this, don't do that.
Don't
so many
put the child here, don't put the child
so
there.
it's a lot to take in, and the woman will definitely suffer the most.
Yeah,
that's just the truth.
That is it.
Because now here I am, doing analysis here, talking, how to better the life of people out there. I don't even know what's happening at home. So that is the situation. The man will always be out there. But now you lie to the woman who naturally should be, if there's anybody who should know everything about you, it's your wife.
Yeah.
But now you lie to her from the start. So how they even manage to get to that situation at first?
Do you know, that's what I was about to say. Like, I don't know how it happened that she did not know.
Yep.
Because most people were even asking that question, like, okay, but we understand now that this man but how did you not know? Did you guys not get
Let me paint a scenario. Let me paint a scenario. There's somebody I know, I met in the past, and all his life, he had thought that it was AA. Apparently, his mom and dad, I guess, are AA. Okay. So he thought that it was AA. Everybody's AA in their family. He didn't check. But I think he checked once, and it also confirmed AA. Not until, so everybody has been telling us, I am AA, I'm AA. Not until he got a job and he had to go and do another test from the hospital. Like, it was a big hospital. They did a really deep test for him. Yes. And they found out that he's AC. Now, this one is not the AS. There's another variant that's called AC. Now, he's AC. He can't marry an AS and he can't marry another AC. And he did not know. All his life, he has been shouting, I am AS. So let's paint the picture of, this is another scenario. What if he thought that he is A and he did not know? Honestly, he did not know.
But for the friend, the woman finding out the truth through the friend even makes it worse.
It makes it worse.
Well,
it makes it worse. So that means the wife knew and the friend rather
knew about it. But
it
it might be that maybe he confessed to the friend and he didn't want to confess to his wife and just confessed to the friend that this is the scenario.
Fact that when the wife wanted to sue the hospital,
he kept quiet all along. Yeah,
he kept quiet. So if the friend did not tell the wife, there's every possibility now that we will not be discussing this case because we will not know.
So
do you know?
Along the line, he must have manipulated results. Must have done all sort of things.
It's obviously what he did. That's
to keep the whole thing hidden.
The woman thought it was AA. Because if you're about to get married in churches, usually they will ask for
yes.
So it's obvious that he either manipulated results, paid one doctor one small stipend,
which is another crime.
Another crime. It's a lot.
So now, apart from lying to the woman is also, she has been living with a criminal. Because forging a result. It's a crime under the law.
Yes.
And again, now the hospital, if I happen to be the owner of the hospital, I will even get the husband and now sued. So it's the era of suing and suing. So we can sue anybody, sue each other. So you get it. So this thing, it's because we are here, we are not in that situation. We can't actually get the glimpse
of what's happening here.
The woman, she's been going through a lot. Imagine every night she can't sleep. This is someone who probably will have to quit a job
to take care of the child.
A lot has been invested into that child, and you're not even certain if the child will live. So that's the situation. While I was in university, I had a friend, hard now because she's late.
Wow.
SS, and the parent, they knew. Yeah, it was their fault. And these are people who are educated. They are educated. Even the dad happened to be a professor. So you can imagine, it's not as if it's all about love.
Their own age then could still excuse their own generation.
Then at the end of the day, they gave birth to 4 children. 3 happened to be SS. Yes. And 1 just normal AA. And now, unfortunately, this friend of mine happened to be one of the SS, and it was in 300 level when she passed away. Now, take a look at this picture. Yesterday, my dog wasn't feeling too fine. I panicked. I called the doctor. Oh, doctor, what's going on? So you can imagine now we're talking about a dog. Then let's take a look at your own child.
1, 2, 3.
You've invested so much.
God.
And when we talk about investment, people think you are talking about money. No, it's not about money.
Time.
Emotions, love.
Everything.
I can't imagine someone taking my son away from me.
Yeah.
I can't just imagine that.
Just
imagine someone living with the fear of losing a child on a daily basis.
Would you say that the woman should forgive the man?
Me?
Let's put it out there.
No, there's nothing called forgiveness in this. The marriage was built on deceit. Now, if you take it to the Christianity part, any marriage that was built on deceit would immediately be dissolved.
Yes.
So I mean that marriage should be dissolved. Now, when I posted this topic on my story, someone gave a comment and said, "Marriage is for better for worse." Please, which of the better and which of the worse?
Because I don't know what could be worse
which of the
than
better
this.
and the worse? Tell me, what could be worse than this? So you expect her to live in that marriage?
She carried that child. Though. People underestimate the 9 months.
Yeah.
The stress, nights, the vomit, the pains, the labor pains, the risking your life for that baby.
I think it's scary in itself that the man didn't even think. He wasn't thinking at all, as far as me I'm concerned.
And yet they live together under the same roof.
He wasn't thinking from dating. I think that what I think people should do now is, whilst you're in a relationship and you've been together for a year, 2, 3, you see that this relationship has prospect. Yeah. Because there's some relationships that don't have prospect, and you know that you don't just
of
care.
course, and you know it.
But when you know that this relationship has prospect, say start. Go to the hospital and get tested. Do you know that we're talking genotype now? We have the one that are living with HIV that did not tell their partner.
Yep.
What is wrong with you people?
I mean, all of these things, you shouldn't wait until the relationship is 1 year, 2 years. From the first date, I don't know what people talk about on your first date. From the first date, hello brother, how are you? What's your name? What do you do? What's your genotype? And what's your resource factor?
I can feel your pain.
Resource factor also matters. You are AA, I am AA, or you are AS, I'm AA. My research factor on your own. If you are positive and I'm negative, we cannot be together.
Sure.
These are the questions you ask. You can't wait till 1 year after relationship. We've invested emotions.
But you know that people will not ask these questions just like you have said now, like that. Because number one, like I said, they know that this relationship does not have prospect. They are just going out for the fun of it.
But when you get serious?
And when you don't get
that's when you've invested a lot. You've invested emotions. It's not difficult for you to detach yourself from that person. Now, what your friend was doing, trying to manipulate science, that is the point you will be. You start looking for how you can play.
Now, let's also take a look at our society. Now, marriages these days has been, turned upside down. Now, the concept of marriage to so many people now, you ask yourself, how many people actually go through the right process? Even these days, okay, as a young man, I have a good job, I'm earning, good pay. You come over to, to say hello, and something happened. You're pregnant. Some people married out of pity. Out of pity.
Yes.
Out of pity. Okay, she's pregnant. What do we do? Let's settle down. Marriage. Marriage goes beyond, because she's pregnant, let me just have her. No, it goes beyond that. Do you actually know the person you're living with? And
do you actually know? 30 gets down. You did not know.
What are you saying?
No.
There's mistake. Yes. You didn't plan it. It's just a.
It wasn't planned, and yet they just move ahead. Let. It's good to laugh this way, but I can tell you that woman out there is not laughing.
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. And even the man at the moment will just sit down, and been having a rethink of what he has done.
It's not in that house again.
He's thinking now.
It cannot be in the house.
No, it can't be thinking now. It's too late to think, sir. Just in case you are watching this show, you cannot be thinking now. You had ample time to think before, when you were in the relationship,
when you found out,
before you proposed. You knew now. Yeah. Before you proposed, before you took yam, box to our family, to say you have found a flower, before counseling, before white traditional, I mean, cut first. Before you do all those things, you have time to think. Right now, whatever that woman decides to do, I stand solidly behind. If she says she want to forgive you, but the first thing, I think the first time when I read the story, the first thing that enveloped me was anger. I was angry.
And the scary part of it is when the man lied. Yeah, probably he lied because he loved her. Now, this is the scary part. I haven't told you a lie. Every day, the man is living with that guilt, and he would have to tell more lies to cover up for that singular lie.
Maybe when he's sick or when he feels
yes.
or there's a reason for them to go and do it.
I can also tell you that the hospital that they are using will probably be of his own choosing.
Yes.
So that, I know the doctor. He can always call the doctor, please. This is the truth. Let's keep it.
If that's the case, that doctor it's not normal.
No, but I think
things happen.
These days,
You'll be surprised. Things happen.
After you submit your own genotype
the
test,
church will also conduct.
The church will conduct their own, and the result does not go to you.
Yes.
It goes directly to the church for them to know.
Yes.
So how did this guy? Wait, is that they're not Christians? Oh, they are not church goers. He just marry.
Yes.
Because your church does not care about marriage. They don't have a marriage committee.
But I can also tell. Yeah.
It just happened.
It just happened. And I can also tell you that some Christians or church goers will also not be happy with some of these things. That is it their marriage? It's my marriage. It's my life. What's your business? And when all these things happen, you never knew it was for your own good. So if they had gone through the right process, all these things would have been prevented. Here we are praying for the child and hoping that it will survive. But the truth of the matter is it's a serious matter. And only the woman can actually decide what to do with the man.
You know the funny thing, aside from the woman even deciding what to do as per the child now, you see that marriage is in trouble. Because
obviously.
No matter, I don't know what he wants to say to her. I don't know the kind of conversations he wants to have with her that we erase this. First of all, she's not even first thinking of the lie that you have just lied. She's first thinking of the 9 months. Let me make something clear. Let me explain something to you. Now, you said every day of his life when he wakes up, he's thinking of what he has done. But he was having intercourse. Unprotected. You know that there are some men that are like that, and they will be having intercourse with protection. That the wife will not come out and be shouting, but I'm your lawfully wedded wife. Why are you not having intercourse with me?
At that point, if you explain to her, she will understand.
Do you know? But he was not. That, as far as I'm concerned, from where I'm sitting, that man is a very selfish individual. You didn't think of that woman at all when you were doing this thing. And it goes to the same way to those that have HIV/AIDS, that don't tell their wives, and they just distribute it. I saw a case of a woman that said she has lived with HIV/AIDS now for 10 years. She didn't know she married a man that had HIV/AIDS. It's the same thing. You will go and hide. I want to do one carry results. Come out, the man think she has found a beautiful thing, just like you said you have found a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now come and land somebody's daughter in trouble. It's the same thing this man has done to this woman. Every day of his life that he lived with that woman, slept with that woman, he was selfish. Yeah. He made a selfish decision not to tell her. He made a selfish decision not to tell her. He could have told her, I don't see. There's nothing in this life that speaks to you not telling your spouse, your partner, that this is the problem. If she now says, okay, I will stick with you, regardless.
Exactly.
Why would you communicate?
Marriage is all about communication, agreement. We are going into a contract, a lifetime contract. Talk about everything. Let me agree to go on this journey with you. Now we are both AS. We know the repercussions, but then I'm jamming everything and I'm going with you.
And do you know something someone told me some years back? He said, do you know why you get your certificate, marriage certificate, even before you get married? Because nobody expects you to graduate. It's something that it's an institution where you'll be there
forever.
Where if forever is the right word to use here. So for me, I think the man made a mistake, and if there's any other word to use other than mistake, it should have come out straight. Let the lady then tell her, hey lady, this is the situation of things. Yeah, I love you and I'm scared to lose you. And they could have, Madre, why are you angry?
Carry on.
No, the more we keep analyzing it, the more angry I become. Like,
of course,
it's annoying.
You have every right to be angry, and that's why we are here talking about this.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying the man, from the onset should have been straightforward with the woman. And if he had done that, things would have been better for both of them.
So what do you now think of this child now? Okay, or before we even talk about the child, let's talk about awareness quickly.
Yeah.
Me, I know that when I was growing up in school, they used to teach us, so they taught us. So, and I know that growing up, I've seen it on boards. It's almost on different streets now, on banners. Come and get tested, though, to be sure of this, or to be sure of that, too. So I think that in awareness, I think that we are very aware.
Yeah.
Or do you think that we are not very aware?
No, we are. When talking about the awareness, I doubt. Okay, if we are to rate it, let me say 80% of Nigerians are aware, regardless of where you are. Thanks to social media, we all have access to all this information. At a go, we can get this information. So even those that are not educated, before the start of the program, we had a conversation that probably you are people who are not educated. But I can also tell you that even the meat sellers,
they know.
They know. Because now they all go for a test. Yeah, but there are instances where people run away from tests. I know of someone, there's nothing you're going to tell him, they won't go for a test.
There's something the person's hiding.
No, it's not hiding anything. No, this is his belief. It will tell you, if I go for a test now, permit me to use this exact word, and the fear of living with that. No, there's this notion that if you have HIV and you are not aware, you probably live longer.
So as in the play,
people are actually deceiving themselves. That's why you just see people slump and die because they don't go for medical checkup. So it's important. What we can just say on this program is that maybe it's not a matter of maybe. We are aware, yes. There should be more awareness. So government should do better. Organizations should do better in that regard, so that people out there will not have excuse. And also, the wife also, now we are blaming the man for lying. If we have to look, deep into the whole thing, I think we can also blame the woman.
She didn't do her homework already.
She didn't. That's just the bottom.
What did you
She didn't. See, if you have a good relationship with your husband's family.
Husband family.
Yes.
Do you think the husband family would know for sure
what
the son had told? Or do you expect the husband mother to see the wife down tell her?
The husband's family are, I don't want to say well-learned because they're already well-learned, yes.
Yeah, they are.
Unless they have that kind of rapport.
But the
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I hope you know
that
my son is ASO. But that would be
it's in very rare occasions because they expect you guys to have talked about it.
Probably this is the first thing and probably the only thing that we'll disagree on this show. I can tell you, yes, like you said, depends on the rapport and probably the background and the kind of relationship amongst them. I can tell you, if you sit with my younger sister and spend 10 minutes, she will download probably everything about me. I'm telling you the truth.
The general stuff, not the personal stuff.
Yeah.
Not personal, not what you know alone.
Yes. Because my younger sister, she knows everything. And when I say everything, she knows everything.
Yes. Okay, not even, I said there are some things that is personal to you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she knows everything about me. Yes. Yes.
They are close like that.
I'm telling you.
Close like that.
But my elder sister doesn't even know a little.
Now, if she sits with your elder sister, do you expect her to now know all of this?
That is where doing your own work comes into play.
So you expect your wife to be jumping from one sibling to another?
No. She should know who the husband is closer to.
Please hold on. I want to ask a question.
No,
hold on. I have a question.
Yes, so
I have a question. You want to get married to someone, yes. According to what he's saying. Now you meet his family. Yeah. The next thing is like you pick the one that is closer to you and say, Auntie Shadi, I want to talk to you. Hold on. Let me. I said I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, please. Which genotype is your brother? Show low. Salary.
Okay.
Shabi, that's the deep question you want me to know. His resource factor, how is it? His sperm count, how is it? Shabi is everything she know.
Wait.
You ask.
But you ladies, you have your way around things.
No, that's a no.
You have your way around things.
That's sneaky. How will you be having that
kind of conversation?
Okay, now let me tell you something. Now I've been married for 7 years, but it was until 2 years ago that I got to know that my wife, the day I proposed to her, she went to my Facebook account. She checked everything. You ladies are FBI. Let's just admit this. You are FBI. She went to my Facebook account, checked everything I've posted. Then she saw a picture of our last born, who happens to look exactly like me. And she said, but this guy said he had never had a child before. So how come? Well, she thought that was my child. So what she did was she went to see my mom. Not, she didn't go there to tell her, mommy, Moabir can buy. No. She went there acting as if, I've come to say hello. I want to spend the weekend with you. So while she was there, she was able to, find out. There are times when a guy happens to have a child out of wedlock, or probably when you're not ready. Your mom will always be like, Biwa, let me take care of the child. So she was like, okay, if that is the case, this weekend, there is no way they will be able to hide it.
Child, yeah.
And she was there. And she found out that was her last born. It was until 2 years ago
that you knew
that she opened up to me that I did this. I was like, really?
You see, she didn't ask.
She didn't ask.
She didn't ask.
But that's what I'm saying, that
Okay,
if
so
you there is a way you will know.
And we know. You will know.
Yes.
And you don't want even your nose, the second nose.
Men?
Men.
No, I disagree.
Men.
When it comes to secret, I think women
We keep it more.
you better.
So how come a man would have
For instance now,
another place and the wife would not even have a glimpse of what's
say,
happening?
if
How come, sir?
that
A man will have two wives, separate, different location, and the
Children, and they will not know.
No, wait. Only wait. Hold on. Two wives.
Yes.
Separate location. Okay.
Children, no, with children.
With children. The woman is probably careless. Okay, yeah, careless. Yes. Okay, I've been married for 7 years. I will see.
No, we are speaking from the angle of a married man.
So
okay,
I will continue to tell you. I'm using myself as a case study.
Yeah.
I've only slept outside of my home once, and that was on an official assignment, and that was in 2021. So while I was there, she will call me, FBI. She will call me, where are you? This is where I am. Video calls. And you have the gadgets. So hold on. I'm trying to arrive at a point here. So why? Okay, let's assume you are my wife here in Abuja. Then I have another one in Lagos. So what am I doing first? What's my occupation? That will keep me away from you for a couple of days. And see, no matter what, see, the truth of the matter is, women, you only tend to ignore.
Hold on. Give me let me paint the scenario. I think I've said it on this land before, that there was a friend of mine that had a boyfriend of about 3 to 4 years while we were in school. And this guy got married to someone else. So apparently, this girl, according to where is my boyfriend, he moved to Lagos. She helped him go and set up the house in Lagos.
Okay.
Hold on. She was in Abeokuta, I was in Abeokuta. So, on his wedding day, this guy won Chris. On his wedding day, they still said, I love you at night. He still called at night after the wedding reception and everything. Yeah. He called, they said, I love you, and did everything. Only for us to be scrolling through Facebook the next day to be seeing people with hashtag, and the groom is her boyfriend with another woman. Explain.
Wait.
So she's dumb. She did not know.
Why the guy was away from her?
Do you expect a woman to be on your neck every time?
You have to be on her neck every time.
I think this is it.
See.
I think there's something here. And I think it's something you're probably missing.
Okay.
When you're with somebody, there's a level of trust that you have for that person. I get it that, yes, sometimes you need to do your homework, you need to be a detective, you need to be an FBI agent. I get it. But sometimes there's a level of trust that you give this person. We are all accountable to that trust.
Yes.
Do you understand? So if you ever have given you this much trust, I cannot be policing you around like I don't have a job. I have work.
Even men don't even like that. They don't like people that come after them all the time.
Like men that are policing them too much. Same as men that don't like women policing them. So if you are saying that in this case, if we're bringing it back to this case,
yes,
and we're saying that okay, this woman did not thoroughly do her homework.
Yes.
We're not saying that okay. So how did she not thoroughly do her homework? Is it that one of two things? Is it that the man just came and told her, okay, like Moya said, all of us in our family, we are AA, so automatically
and
I'm AA, and she just agreed. Or two, this scenario that happened, now that she did not just know, she didn't think that it was important enough to know. I think the thing that is there, that some people don't think that it is important to have this test done. Love is a factor that they feel conquers all. That's the ideology of most people. They feel, okay, I'm in love with you.
That's all that
matters.
There is
nothing we can do. This man probably thought, along the line, I will confess my sins.
Yeah.
And she will forgive me.
Or God will be merciful enough to just give them AS children or AA. God will be merciful.
That was it.
And that's the miracle that we have.
Without asking God before whether he should enter.
And the guy was actually open for a miracle.
Yeah.
But the miracle didn't happen.
I think that was what happened.
It was open for a miracle.
Yes. But it didn't happen.
No, did he ask God?
You don't know, Margaret.
It
You don't
probably was. It probably.
Remember, you're talking to God and God, I beg. God, I beg. I like this girl, I beg. Just give us AS. Or AA.
No, it's possible. That's why I said it earlier. That having lied to the lady, it probably needed more lies
to cover it up.
And one of them actually praying to God, and God will just turn deaf ears to him.
Stupidity.
Because you lied.
That mercy that he was seeking, is that they're seeking the mercy when the wife got pregnant.
For me, well, except I'm not in the woman's shoe.
Yeah. So
except she's willing to forgive him. Except love is blind. That's if you only choose to go blind. So, and there's this book, I think people should read it, and When Love Is Not Enough, something like that.
Yeah. When
love is not enough, then you understand that going into a marriage is not just about I love you. When you delve into it, if care is not taken, you dive out. So, here now, they just have to sit down. Even there's nothing to sit down and talk about. The woman is, at the moment, she has the knife, she has the yam. Yeah. So she's to decide if she wants to cut it or she just wants to let it be.
One lesson, as we wrap up the show, what lesson have you learned and you would like to tell couples out there, intending and the ones that are already in?
Well, the advice is, both the guy, because now we're talking about the woman being the victim. We have situations where it can also go the other way. It's for young couples out there, young guys, intending couples out there, to do their thorough findings and be diligent. I know it's tough when somebody wants to keep secret. They can go as far as any length to do that. But with your own diligence as well, you should be able to unravel a little out of it.
Thank you. And me?
I would say that, like we have said since, the only long and short of all our talk here since morning is that please carry out a test. And any marriage built on lie or any relationship built on lie will go nowhere. There's no point in lying to your partner. Be as clean and clear as a paper, as a plain paper. Be clean. Come out plain. I mean, if a woman is going to marry you or accept you the way you are, leave that choice to her, or your partner actually, as the case may be. Leave the choice to them to decide which they want to go for. If they want to go with you like that, or if they want to choose to opt out. Opting out does not mean that's the end of life. You'll always find someone else that matches you and will love you as equal as that other person does.
Thank you, Mary. And I'll just say this as we wrap up the show. Any marriage based on deceit or any marriage built on deceit will definitely crumble. There's no two ways about it. This is not me being biblical or not being biblical. Any marriage based on deceit will crumble because you throw trust out the window. There's loyalty out the window. In fact, even the love that we're talking about will be out the window by the time push comes to shove. So please, let's all do better. And like Moyi and Mr. Bajela have said, please get tested. Intending couples, Joel should test. Sit down there. Don't go out. Don't take phone call. Receive the test results together. Thank you very much. My name is Market-NNPCL, and joining me on the set has been Mr. Bajela and Mui. Thank you so much for joining us on the lounge. Until next week, Thursday. Bye for now.
I'm not going to propose to a guy ever.
And tomorrow, when you leave LA,
Are you in Lagos?
I want to
Are you in Nigeria?
How will you not feel attached after sex?
Yeah.
Like, no.
about every parent becomes the police
Okay.
in the lives of the kid.
Proposing is not like me. I will just come direct like you guys do and open one ring and
Okay,
no,
okay.
no.
So-
guy, never reach me will marry me.
That's like you popping question.
There was a communication, something happened. So there's nothing like accidental
I'm
pregnancy.
working more than 12 hours because I'm going to wake earlier than him to take care of the children.
Do you know you are naturally, supernaturally built that way?
yeah,
Do you know? Do you know?
Imagine what
God has divinely made you like that.
Imagine.